A deal on Dickens, who could resist? A stack of Austen, warmly kissed. Golden Age crime tales twist and turn, every page a treasure to learn. Books keep coming home with me, piles so tall they're all I see. Turn a page and sail the sea, reading always feels so free.
Hi, my name is Talia. Welcome to Talia Nerds Out. I just wanted to record a few book review videos while I'm thinking about it, while I'm feeling up to it, and then hopefully I can go on a spree of editing such videos and then posting them. The first review I want to do is, well, it should be a fairly short one. It's one for Private Eye July, and it's kind of a fun one for this, not a very serious book. It's actually a kid's book. It's Sam the Cat Detective. I remember reading this when I was younger. Actually, apparently my sister still has ours. I thought that they had been unhauled, but she has at least 3 of the ones that were in this set. One's called The Maltese Kitten. One is called The Big Cat Nap. If you can't tell, they are noir-themed cat mysteries. And even though these books are aimed at children, you can tell that the author, Linda Stewart, has a love for the genre of the noir, that she is very much influenced by Sam Spade. Hence, you have your hero, Sam the Cat Detective. And it kind of gives that feeling. You would almost hear like a Bogart voice, you know, doing the speaking in the background. I mean, just the little tagline in the back: out of all the detective agencies in all the world, she had to walk into Sam's. Now, that's not a Private Eye mystery, but that is Casablanca. But this author, like I said, she aims the book at children, but it has enough to it that if you return to it as an adult, you can say, oh, I can see what she did there. Oh, I can see the nods she made towards the noir Private Eye. And so you get something out of it that you would not have as a child unless you, for whatever reason, were watching noir movies about, Private Eyes. Although I don't think at a youngish age, you would have necessarily picked up some of the subtext. I'm pretty sure that Big Sleep would really go over your head. I actually need to rewatch Big Sleep because I don't remember a whole lot about it. I'm pretty sure I fell asleep. I probably was working night shift at the time. But yeah, so that is one of the fun benefits of this book. It's not a book that takes itself too seriously, but its characters take themselves seriously. So your cat detective really does feel like he sees himself as a Sam Spade type character, and all the other characters in their different roles feel like they are embodying their specific type. You've got your, damsel client who is, all eyes and, feminine, oh, help me kind of thing. So you have her kind of character, and she, even though she's definitely a cat, she definitely feels like a type you would see coming to a Sam Spade for help. But you also have a character who actually, to a certain extent, almost feels like she could have been pulled more from a Gunsmoke. Like, you have the character the cat next door, who feels almost like a Miss Kitty type character. She's even described as a redhead. I forget what kind of cat she is. But, so it's just fun. The author plays with all the different tropes within the genre of Private Eye Noir, but she also lets the cats do cat things. They still are going to react to, dogs like cats are going to, or this also doesn't fall into the ridiculous where you might have like the talking cat kind of thing where the cat and the humans are talking back and forth. No, I mean, as far as the humans can tell who are seeing the cats in the periphery, the cats are making cat noises. The only time you see a cat directly interacting with a human where you might have thought that there was be some speech going on, you definitely understand that even though the cat is making noises and kind of speaking at the human has no idea what he's saying. It just sounds like meows to him. So it doesn't slip into that even more of a sense of unreality. It kind of weirdly feels grounded because you're just seeing the world from a cat point of view. I'm not sure if that even makes sense. But it's fun. It's not a hard read. It's not a read to be taken too seriously. It's just a nice nod in the direction. Sorry, I have a little... I thought someone was flying around my light there. It's just a nice little, nod in the direction of a genre this author clearly loves. But, I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about it. It's a short little book. It's not more than 130 pages. I think that the characters are well drawn. Not only can you see what the characters look like, but they have distinct voices. You feel like you know the characters when you're done. Because sometimes I find that you won't always have characters with distinct voices in books that are aimed at younger readers. So I don't think that this book falls into that trap. For what it is quite well done. So don't expect a work of art if you read Linda Stewart's Sam the Cat Detective, but do expect, a bit of fun, a bit of enjoyment of a noir type story with a private eye cat. I'm not sure how much more I will take part in Private Eye July. I don't have a whole lot. I mean, I don't want to really read much of my Christie. I usually save Agatha Christie for December because of Christie's Missing. So I don't think that I will be dipping into those. I just have to look through some of my other Golden Age mysteries and see if I have any that will slide into Private Eye, because it's amazing how many mysteries, but you might think, I read so many mysteries, and then you look at it like most of them are either police officers or they're amateurs. Having those, it's actually, unless you like more of the gritty American mysteries of the era, because usually when I think of mysteries, I tend to think of the Golden Age of mysteries. So a lot of times when I think of the Private Eyes, I think of more the hard-boiled private eyes in the American sector, and I don't care for those as much. I like the Golden Age cozies of the Agatha Christie ilk. So unfortunately, I'm looking at my bookshelves behind you. I can't think of others outside of Christie, because I'm looking at Dorothy L. Sayers. She doesn't have a private detective character. I pulled out my John Dixon Carr. That was a police inspector. Death of a Bookseller, that's a police detective. My Anna Catherine Greens also have a police detective, and that's earlier anyway. But still, that if they'd had a private eye, I would have gone with that. So my mystery's all on the shelf behind you guys. Only Poirot is a private detective. I know I have Holmes somewhere back there if I want to read a couple of Holmes, and he would count. But yeah, I actually have found it rather harder than I expected to find in the kind of mysteries I prefer a private eye. Most of them seem to be amateurs or, like I said, police officers. So who knows? This might be my lone private eye for Private Eye July. I do have an anthology of Dashiell Hammett coming in, but I was told that there was a significant amount of cursing in the book, particularly God's name in vain, which I had not expected. It was a free book for me. I use a free book credit. So if I find that the language is indeed what I was told to expect, because mine was an anthology, so it has Thin Man and a bunch of other things in there. If all of them fall in that vein, then I will be getting rid of my anthology, so I won't be reading it. But hopefully, I can't remember The Thin Man, I've actually never read The Thin Man, so I don't know if, I wanted to say that was a detective husband-wife, duo, but I'm not sure if they were actual detectives or if they were just, amateurs. And I do also have, I was saving this for Sherlock, for when Sherlock Holmes comes up again. I can't remember when his stuff comes up, but I have The Further Adventures of Sherlock Holmes after Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, collected and introduced by Richard Lancelyn Green. And these are other authors who are writing Holmes, which honestly, I'm not usually a huge fan of authors writing someone else's characters, but I know that Father Ronald Knox is the first story in here, and he was known to be a huge Sherlock Holmes fan. And if nothing else, I wanted to read it for this and then unhaul it if I, didn't find much else of value in it. But I was looking back here because I know I have, Ronald Knox's Footsteps in the Lock, but I don't think this one's a detective, an actual detective. Okay, so I don't think that an insurance investigator would count as a private eye, so that knocks out Father Knox's Footsteps in the Lock. So, unfortunately, because I haven't read this one yet. Anyway, all that to get back on track for Sam the Cat Detective. I enjoyed this. I do need to read the others in the series because I don't think I read the others in the series even as a kid, even though apparently we had them. This is the only one I ever remember reading. But yeah, hope that you enjoyed just touching upon this. And yeah, if you want to check it out, I think you can see that this copy is pretty well used. I got it used because it isn't the original. I don't know. I don't think you can get it on Kindle. I think you can only get it physical now. I don't know that I don't know that this is particularly a well-known book, but it's a fun one. So thank you very much for joining me for this slightly disjointed review of Sam the Cat Detective. And yeah, that is possibly my only entry for the Private Eye July readathon. We'll see if I end up adding anything else, but this might be it for me. Alrighty, thank you. Have a blessed day. God bless.
Books keep coming home with me. Piles so tall, they're all I see. Turn a page and sail the sea. Reading always feels so free.